What's up everyone, it's Inuyashers here. What we're going over today is a basic guide to start farming. The first thing we're going to need for farming is a fence. Fences are rentable items that you can use to plant crops in. There are three types of fences in Black Desert: small, medium, and large. You can rent a small fence for 3 CP and it allows you to plant 4 crops. Medium fences cost 6 CP and you can plant 7 crops. Large fences cost 10 CP and you'll do 10 crops. Now, I would go over where you can all get fences, but we're going to do this a little differently. Go up to the top right and head over to the magnifying glass next to the world map. Click on this and it will bring up a drop down tab. Down here at the bottom of the drop down tab is a search bar. Just click on that, type in the word fence, and this is going to bring up a list of all the NPCs as well as what size fence they have for you to rent. So you can find the closest NPC to you for the type of fence that you want. Just make your way over to the NPC that rents the fence for you, talk to them, and grab you your fence. Once you have your fence ready to go, you just need to find a spot that you like to plant your fences. I chose north of Heidel because Heidel is my main city and it's just right outside of town and it's nice and easy for me to come over and tend to my crops. When you're ready to set your fence, just right click on it in your inventory and you'll enter a building type mode. You'll see a lot of red pegs where you cannot set down your fence, but there are some blue ones, and if you get it somewhere in there, you should have no problem placing your fence down. Now that you got your fence set and ready to go, you need some seeds for it. I'm not going to go over all the different types of seeds in the game. There's just way too many to go over. If you need something for cooking or alchemy, you can look into getting seeds of that type and go with whatever you find. In this video, I'm just going to be planting some special strawberry seeds. I will point out right now, it doesn't matter what level your farming is, you can plant white quality, green quality, or blue quality seeds. Now that you have your seeds and your fence ready to go, it's time to plant some crops. We're going to do so by heading to the center of the fence and pressing R. It's going to bring up a place mode for you to set down some crops. The location of the crops in this fence does not exactly matter. I like to get mine really close together so I have minimal movement while I'm tending to my crops. This will not affect your growth rate or anything like that. You can get certain items such as waterways or scarecrows or fertilizer to help your crops grow. However, in the sake of this video, we're going to avoid all of that. The reason we're going to be avoiding it is you're going to get all your EXP and your only chances at hard and sharp shards are going to come from when you're tending to your crops. This means we kind of want there to become some problems with our crops. If you're trying to get as many of the crops as possible and you're actually making it because you full-blown want the materials and you don't care about gathering the hards or sharps or EXP, then by all means feel free to fertilize and water your crops. You'll also at that point want to look into planting them in the optimal location. If you desire to go that route, Dolphy has a wonderful guide that you can look at. I'll put that in the description down below, and Dolphy's guide really goes over all the things you need to know if you want to know where to plant them and how to best take care of them. Another thing I disapprove of is having workers tend to your crops for you, as then you eliminate any chance of you getting hards and sharps. Remember, farming is going to be one of the best ways, one of the best methods for you to attain hard and sharp shards, and it's one of the reasons some people even do farming. So as you start farming, some of your crops are going to need you to tend to them. You can find these out by going to your crops and looking for red above their health bar. If they're yellow, your crops are fine and healthy at the moment, but if they're red, you're going to need to tend to them. Again, this is where you get your farming EXP, this is where you get a chance to get your hards and sharp shards, so you might want to consider tending to these fairly often. Something to keep in mind is your crops only grow while you're online. The last thing with farming that we have to go over is harvesting your crops. You have two options when you come to harvest your crops. At any point, if they're anywhere from 100% to 200% growing, you can come and either harvest your crops and collect yield from them, or you can do the plant breeding. Plant breeding gives you seeds to replant more crops. If your growth on your crops is ever at 200%, you'll have less yield whenever you harvest from them, so that would be a good time to breed, and you might want to consider tending to your crops sooner. Typically, if you are able to buy your seeds off of the marketplace, it would be better to buy the seeds and collect your crops. However, that's not always the option. Sometimes you're going to have to breed the seeds. This will give you a chance to get anywhere from 1 to 3 seeds every time you do the breeding. And then if you just collect your crops with the harvest, it's going to give you yield based off whatever you planted. So that's going to just about do it for this guide. It was fairly simple. We wanted to get straight to the point, get you started, get you with everything you need to know, give you some tools in case you wanted to learn more. So I hope this has helped you out. You all take care and have a wonderful day.